Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of INIT Talks. Hi everyone. Hi Jess, very nice to have you here today. Hi.
Hello, Elz. It's nice to actually speak with you for the first time because I first properly met you last week in Screen to Speed. So good to actually finally talk to you.
Yes, finally we're having a chat with another F1 girls today. So last week we had Artemis joining the INIT Talks. So it was like really late for everyone living in Europe when I first like having this INIT talk with Artemis because she had to work before that and stuff. And in this episode we're starting like so much early because Jess is living in Europe. So Jess, how are you doing today? How are you doing today?
Well, I've been so busy today because obviously I, as well as the stuff I do on the side for sim racing and commentating and stuff, I also have a full-time job. So
wow.
I kind of wish I could do the stuff that I do for sim racing full-time, but I think that's everyone's wish, isn't it? But yeah, I work in communications, so that's what I do to pay the bills, basically.
Right. So working in gaming industry as a sim racer, content creator, commentator is like your part-time job, I must say. You still have that day job in the morning.
Yeah, I unfortunately I still have that day job, but my dream is to hopefully make the stuff I'm doing full time, hopefully.
Hopefully, right. Because based on everyone that I interviewed in this INIT talk, like most of the girls are having this day job and then doing sim racing on the side. And most of the girls that I interviewed are focusing a lot in being a sim racer, being a streamer. But you here, you are a sim racer, you're doing a sim racing competitively, and you also making a content, and you are also a commentator, which is really amazing. Like, how do you manage your time, like working in everything?
Well, I think it's a bit about prioritization, really. I always put a calendar on Google, and so I know every week what I've got. Basically, I think once I remember I had too much on 1 week, and with the new game cycle coming in, and we're on F124 now, it just gave me a chance to reevaluate everything. So I'm not doing too much sim racing and commentating in a week. So I'm not doing as much commentating as I used to, but because it always takes time preparing the commentary. Usually people just say, oh, you just turn up and waffle for like an hour and a half. You definitely do not do that. You take notes, you prepare about the track, you prepare about strategies, you find about stats about the drivers, you have to talk about the standings. I find usually commentary is like telling a story. You're telling about the drivers, you're enhancing the action, and usually preparing for commentary, I spend more time on that than actually doing the commentary. I think per session it takes me about between 3 to 5 hours to prep for one stream in commentary to make sure I'm ready for the race, and that's to make sure I'm ready. So I prepare as much as I can for commentary, the same as I do for sim racing, and I think sim racing has helped with the commentary, so I can use the knowledge I picked up in sim racing into my commentary.
Right. I think that's how I learned a bit about. I'm not a pro commentator, or I never done any commentary of a race before in my life, but I feel like the more you're doing sim racing, the more you will understand like how the race goes and what to tell to people. Like, because I think for me the job as a commentator, like doing a commentary, is like a pretty much a challenge for me because you have to bring up the hype. Like you have to, you know what I mean? Like you have to hype it up. Not like hyping it up like sugarcoating everything, something like that, but like you have to present this event, like make the audience understand what is happening in the race, what's good, what's bad, to bring up on the broadcast. So how did you learn everything about the commentary and sim racing? So where did it start? Yes.
So it was around about 2017 that I decided that I want to share my love for F1 into sim racing, because I was an F1 fan since when I was about 2 or 3. I'm not going to say the age because well, most people know the age because it's in my username. So it was around about 97 that I started watching F1. My parents are into motorsport anyway, so it's so they support me in everything I do, which is great.
Wow.
And then I was like, is there a game that does F1 stuff? So I was watching YouTubers like Arava, Team at Marduk. There wasn't many female sim racers at all in F1, but that didn't bother me in the slightest. And I think I picked up F1 2016, just casually drove for like on a pad for like a few laps. I found that I was very slow, but I had a lot of fun. But I took it more seriously in 2018 when I saw there was applications that came up to be a commentator, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because I used to do a bit of online radio at the time for something else. Like I used to do music and stuff, and I love motorsports, so I thought the 2 and 2 linked together. So I had to submit just a 2 to 3 minute clip of me pretending to commentate, which is harder when you than actual commentating because you got to make up stuff.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had any experience. And then I sent it over. Somehow I got the commentary gig, which I don't know how. And I've been doing it for quite a while, and I feel like I wanted to up my knowledge in commentary. So a year later, I think it was about 2018 or 2019, I wanted to actually league race competitively to improve my knowledge on the commentary side. It was meant to be just for one season, just to get a feel for it, but then one season turned out to be many years, and my love for sim racing grew, and same for commentary as well. I also branched into more series in terms of commentary, so I did a bit of iRacing commentary. I didn't even need to have the game in some instances. That someone would stream on Discord, and that I would actually say my voice, and that'll be good. I also did some ACC commentary in the day as well.
Wow.
But I felt like commentary was just not enough for me. I kind of wanted. I still had that competitive edge. So I saw that there was the Rock the Rig competition talent scout thing last year. It was about last July. I saw it being advertised, so I thought I'd sign up. I had to do like laps around Monday. It was around 50. I did about 50 laps. I wasn't sure if I was going to be quick enough to be selected, because the 25 drivers have to be selected. So I got selected for that. Turns out I couldn't make the date because the timings were all mixed up. I thought I was going to be home in time for the race.
Wow. All right.
Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. The next qualification process for Japan, which was the race I raced in, I was on holiday, so I couldn't submit laps. But then the lady was like, oh, there's space available. There's a few people dropped out. Are you interested in racing? And I was like, yeah. And it was probably the best experience getting selected from that race, because I didn't think I was good enough to do that. But it was just great to race with female sim racers, because I'm so used to racing with male sim racers all the time. So it was just nice to race with other females. It was great. So yeah, and then obviously the training I'm doing with them at the moment, and obviously I'm racing with females more because of Screen to Speed, which I'm so glad that you finally decided to do an F1 league, because I've been following the account for such a long time.
Yes.
Have you heard of Justin? She does GT7.
Yes.
And I used to do F1 streams with her back in the day. I think it was F1 2020. We did a stream together back then. And I saw her do a video on Screen to Speed on GT7. I was like, oh, what's this? And I was kind of keeping following her content, saying, I hope they do F1. I hope they do F1. And then 1 or 2 weeks ago, I saw that. I was like, oh, Summer Cup on F1 24. I was like, sign up now.
Sign up now.
So that's my story. There's lots of other things that happen, but I'll be on for ages.
Yes, so by the way, guys, so I'm super excited. So today we are having a chat with our dear friend Jessica. She is racing in Screen to Speed Summer Cup in F1 game. This is our first time having this league in F1, and I'm super happy, honestly, because I see lots of new names on the grid. Like, I was
It's
like,
great.
yeah, I was like trying to find like more girls like to register to sign up into the F1 game, and basically the name that I found on Twitch on social media are all the new name, completely new girls on the grid. So I was like, wow, this is going to be fun. This is going to be super fun. And I also compete in F1 in F1 24 in the Summer Cup. But honestly, as a newbie like me, F1 is a little bit too much. Like so many buttons, so many menus, so many options. So yeah, like any
It does
tips
take a
from
while.
it takes a while. I see. Right, right. So what do we need to learn first? For example, we know how to race. Don't worry a lot about how to drive something like that, but how to get started in F1. Like, do you have any tips that you can share with us as a newbie in F1?
I think, first of all, don't rush yourself too much into being a complete professional from day one, because F1 is a lot different to iRacing, and I've seen many people struggle going from sim to sim recently,
Right.
which is normal. So I obviously started with a majority of assists. I started with pretty much every assist under the sun on, apart from obviously braking assist and steering assist, because who wants a car to drive for you? No one. So I
Right.
turned those off, obviously, because you don't want those on. And I think the best bet is just to learn about the tracks, make sure you get a bit of a feel for the tracks, because when you transition from like GT cars to F1, it's a big jump. A very big jump. You're suddenly going to realise like there's a lot of downforce on the car, and it's like, oh, hello. There's a
Yep.
lot.
I feel that.
There's a lot of grip. So don't rush on turning the assist off right away if you're new. Just turn them off when you're ready. I know there's a few people that get so much hate saying, oh, why do you have this assist on? But my advice is just to keep them on, just to get a feel for it. And then once you're ready and confident, then you turn it off. And then find a bit more practice with the tires as well. Get a bit of a feel for the tires in the practice sessions, because then you'll know roughly like how long the tires are going to last. I know when I did my practice session before qualifying, that the hards surprisingly lasted a bit longer than I expected. So when it came to the safety car, I was like, hang on. From my practice session, I was like, I knew the hards could last a long time. So I was like, I'll come in, box for hards. I didn't stay on the hards for very long because I had a gap. So I ended up hitting for softs at the end of it. Turns out I didn't need to do that either. But, you know, so...
Right.
So yeah, just get a feel for the car. Don't push yourself into being an expert right away, really. And 'cause it is completely different. You just know about the strategies. Just get to grips with the tires. The handling model is way different to previous games as well. So try and get used to that. And yeah.
Right. So yeah, I feel like every F1 game is different, like from 2022 to 23 to 24. So I'm pretty new to F1. My first F1 game is the F1 22. And then I got the 23, and now I'm in 24. I is it like always like that? Like the handling, the physics is
They
like,
always change every year. It's not like iRacing where it's the same for like, say, an F4 car. So I think that's what you're racing at in the iRacing Summer Cup. Is that right? So
Yeah.
you'll be so that handling will never change, because obviously iRacing doesn't have any new change unless they bring out a new car or something.
Right.
Which could happen. Whereas every new game, they always try to find different ways to improve the handling model. And I got to admit, in F1 24, to start with, I hated it. It was not... It was
Really?
not my style. But I somehow got used to it. Got used to how the car was working. I did a few laps and I was like, yeah, okay.
I'm okay.
And then they changed it again. After a few weeks, I was like, oh no, then I hated it again. But as soon as I got used to it more, I'm getting much better at it, and it's got to a point where I used to run auto gears, but now I run manual, and I've got no traction now, which I think is really good. I have not tried no traction in the wet yet, so if it rains on Saturday, I'm screwed.
I really hope, Yvonne, I really hope it's gonna be a dry race for the weekend.
Yeah,
please don't put any rain for us.
I am gonna do some practice in the rain just in case, but you know, I just
Yeah.
Because I need to practice at some point. Because there will be some league races where I have to run in the rain, so I can't escape it. But yeah.
Oh, are you? I think I see your name in the creator series in F2. Wait, are you in F2 or F1?
F2, not F1 because it clashes with screen to speed, so I can't do F1.
I see. So you're doing F2
so yeah, I race in F2 full time on Friday nights. In the F2 cars, and it is even different then. When I was practicing F2, I was just still trying to get it. The shifting is different. You can't short shift too quickly. I have to get used to that. And then when I went back to F1 cars to practice for Miami, I was just like, oh look, there's so much grip. It's so crazy.
Yep.
So much grip. It's crazy. So yeah, It's Austria this week, and I usually base it on the real life weather. And if I looked at the weather forecast, if it's exactly the same as I thought it's gonna be, then be prepared for the moist.
So by the way, it's a challenge for all the F1 player out there to deal with the new physics, new handle every year. Then it's a challenge for every player.
Yeah, it's a challenge for everyone, especially for me as well, because as soon as you get used to be so good, by the end of like F1 23, and then suddenly you got to get used to a brand new handling model. It's very challenging, especially with me, because my muscle memory, I always find things difficult with muscle memory sometimes. I do have autism, which means that my motor skills are usually not that fine-tuned, so it always takes me a bit longer than usual to adapt to certain situations. It took me a while to adapt from full traction to medium traction, for example, but luckily medium traction to no traction is not that big of a jump, so I was able to adapt to that quite quickly as well. But I've learned to get rid of those barriers anyway. But yeah, especially for me, because of what I face on a day-to-day basis. I always find it challenging, but I just learned to never give up.
Yeah, so. True. I think for me, the best way to get good or get better in sim racing is by keep doing it, don't give up.
Yeah.
Because sim racing has a deep learning curve, in my opinion, compared to other games that I've played before. I feel like sim racing really requires time, like sit time, experience. That's how you get practice. Yep, endless practice. Because I know like some pro player can spend like 8 hours or even more doing a lap.
Oh God, I literally can't do that because I've got work.
Yeah.
I've got a social life as well. So you can't do everything. And usually I like to spend quite a bit of time a few days before the race just to get acclimatized to the track, especially because I'm running manual gears for the first time. I literally spent today just going on time trial, knowing what gears to go in every corner, know where to brake with the apex, I'm still getting used to that, and just keep doing it until I know, right, this gear for this corner. I can find ways to gain a bit more time with it, because I found that I am gaining a bit more time on manual compared to auto, because it's not like those semi-automatic cars, right, where if you forget to shift, it does it for you. No, you can't do that, which is annoying, but I'm liking that challenge so far.
Right. By the way, hello Yvonne, GDP Gaming, and Elodie is here. Hi! Hello! Very nice to have you here today. Hey guys, welcome to INIT Talks, another episode of INIT Talks with my dear friend Jess. We're having a chat with Jess right now. So Elodie, GDP Gaming, Yvonne, if you have any question for Jess, feel free to drop it in the chat, okay? If you have any questions related to F1, sim racing, commentary and everything, feel free to drop it in the chat. Okie dokie. very nice to have you all here today. So yeah, Jess, speaking about, yes, so you were mentioning earlier, like you got a job, you got social life, so you want to keep your life pretty much balanced, like not spending too much time in front of the computer and right. Because yeah, sometimes like my girls, like some girls that I know in the sim racing community, that they prefer to spend their time on the sim like over and over, like like practicing like real hard for the upcoming race, for the officials and everything. Like
Yeah.
yeah, and that kind of makes me feel like, oh my god, I'm not practicing enough because
I'm the same. I'm the same. I'm like every time on the when I see like Artemis or Elodie practicing for the race, because we're all racing in screen to speed, and when I see them putting laps together, I'm like, why am I not doing laps? I'm like, I get in the sim, but just don't feel pressured to do it if you don't feel like doing it, because we are suffering from a massive heat wave at the moment. I was going to do some practice yesterday, but literally it was too hot, because our houses are designed to keep heat in, and we don't have aircon. So that's why a nice temperature for you feels like it's too hot for it. So but I think if I do too much sim racing, I just get burnout and I end up crying. And I think you just got to learn to stop. If it gets too much, really. It got to a point during the Red Bull training program that I was doing, I think it was about March, April, where things got too much at work, things got too much when I was sim racing. So I was like, look, can I take about a few weeks off just to cool my head?
yeah,
And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And I think just having that week off was great, just to recharge my batteries a bit. And then having the new game has kind of helped me a little bit as well. So I just don't want to do it 24/7, because it just burns me out. But I want to have enough time where I'm sim racing, but also spending some time when I'm not sim racing, just to spend time with my family, or just chill and watch Netflix or a bit of YouTube, or even watch my favorite streamers. I've seen a lot of female streamers now than I used to when I started sim racing, which is great. Our community is growing. I like it.
Especially in INIT Sports, like since we are expanding to different games now, we are running 3 games for the Summer Cup. So like more girls joining. I'm super happy. Like we provide a competition in every platform, which is great, because it's not like every girls has PC or every girls has a console, or even we both have PC.
GT7. Yeah, because GT7 is PlayStation, iRacing is PC.
Yes.
And that meant that no females on Xbox got a chance to race in the community. And now I would like to see, I don't think we got anyone on Xbox yet. So I would like to see
maybe
people on
Forza,
Xbox race on F124. Yeah,
because in Xbox,
Yeah, I would love to see more females on Xbox race for this, because that would be good. Because the only people I'm seeing is on PlayStation or PC, so that'll be good.
Yep. We really hope, like, in the future we can have, even in Forza or even drifting. We're thinking about having like a drifting competition, like drifting.
I'm rubbish at drifting. Do not ask me to drift, because I did it on Grid Legends and I was awful.
I don't know how to drift. Don't worry, I don't know how to drift. But some girls in INIT community on INIT Discord are really into drifting, and they were like super excited. I know Christina Ryan. She's a racer in sim racer. In iRacing, I believe she does the iRacing, and she really loves drifting. Like, I saw her.
Give me some tips.
Yes, for real. Like, Christina, if you're here, I will clip this and send it to Christina. So Christina Ryan, if you hear this, if you see this video, please teach us how to drift. Like, really. I feel like, if you know how to drift,
I'll need to get iRacing first.
Yeah. By the way, Yvonne got a question for you. So Jessica, what is your goal in sim racing, content creations, and commentating?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think every lady's dream is to do it full time. I would love to leave my job that I've got currently, my day job, and just do it all the time. So then I have the evenings just to relax a little bit, because most of the time I I'm doing work and then finish for the day, then do sim racing, have lunch, do sim racing or commentary, then go to bed, and that's it. So I would like to move to be full time, hopefully in the future. In particular, some real life commentary. I've got I'm commentating in Silverstone in a couple of weeks' time for Formula Students, so that should be fun. I've been invited to that, but I like to do more of that in the future. But just not having to rely on my day job to get the money where I can do it full time in sim racing, really. So that's my ultimate goal, and just to hopefully in a couple of years' time, hopefully I could comfortably drive with no assist completely. But at the moment, I just can't seem to turn ABS off. I need my ABS because I always keep looking up with ABS off, so I always have to turn it on. So yeah, that's why I still have that on.
Yeah, I think Artemis is driving with all assists off. I think.
Yeah, she is.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking her like, oh my god, like I'm learning how to standing start in F1 game. So you need to.
Oh, that's hard. I'm still struggling with no traction control start. You should have saw my start. Like when I went to third gear, I had a wheel spin. It was awful. So I still need to get used to starts on this game as well.
I always spun at the start. Like I don't know how to standing start in F1 game, really. Like
it's about finding the right revs and the right RPM, which I still haven't mastered yet. Because with having traction, I'm used to putting a little bit more RPM, but now when I'm having no traction, I'm just realizing, right, you've got to find the right RPM and revs. You can't just go, because if you do that, you end up spinning.
Yeah. That's my story.
So, yeah.
That's the story of my life. Oh my god, Seb is here. Hi! 5C man. Hi, Seb. Elz talking to a Brit, really giving a new meaning to INIT Talks.
Seb.
Hi, Seb. How's it going? Happy almost weekend, Seb. Happy almost weekend. So, Seb is like the regular of INIT Esports. So, every time we're having INIT Talks, he will be here. He will be here, like saying something.
I've known Seb for a long time.
Oh, yeah? How long? How long you've known him?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember because I used to commentate with him on a few leagues as well. I used to like join his open lobbies as well back in the day, and
6 years.
And now he's doing successful stuff, which I like. So 5 or 6 years, he said roughly. Wow. That's how long I've known Seb for, and he's smashing it. So
2018. Wow. Back in the day, during that time, I haven't got into sim racing. Honestly, I'm a pandemic baby. Like I'm the sim racer who were born during the pandemic era because I got bored. But you guys already here in the industry for a very long time. Wow.
I was not competitive even before lockdown. I was just trawling my way at the back. I just stayed at the back back in those days, and I was just like having fun. But you know, I think it was about F1 2021 was when I started to become a bit more competitive.
I see. But back in the day, the esports and everything hasn't exist, right? Like I don't know, like in 2017, do we have like this, for example, like F1 esports kind of thing?
I think it was about 2017, 2018. That's when they really started to kick off with F1 esports, and it's been going for a very long time. I remember when they used to have the finals at Abu Dhabi as well. I would love to see that in the future, like to have the final race in real life Abu Dhabi, because I remember watching that on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah, I was right. It was 2017. Thanks, Seb.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
But yeah, so it's just great to see how long it's grown and stuff. I always get put off signing up for F1 esports because even if they have those women initiatives like the Women Wildcard. I think they stopped that now, but a few years ago they had the Women Wildcard for a few years, and the reason why I got put off by it because you need to run their assists. Obviously because of F1 esports you have to run their assists anyway, but with Rock the Rig and with Screen to Speed you can run whatever assists you want
Yeah.
and race in a really competitive environment. And Rock the Rig, I got scouted not because of what assists I used, but because I had the consistency and the pace, and they've been able to help me turn some of those assists off anyway. So, you know, it's just finding more opportunities for females to improve, and hopefully we will see a female in F1 esports in the future. It probably will take a while, but hopefully, because we see females in ACC, right? So hopefully we will see females in the future in F1 esports, but it will take time, I think, because I'm still learning, and I'm sure there's quite a few people out there that's still learning that doesn't know that esports exists, or maybe are too scared to race because of how they're worried that they might be judged. But I'm lucky to be in an industry where every time I league race, even if I race with males all the time, they always want to help me improve and watch me succeed. So that's the great thing about the community.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, I mean, most people in my community, honestly, is like boys, but they don't hate me, or they don't hate having a girls in the industry. Like, they want to help. Like, they will give you some tips, help you to get better at it, you know? Yeah, and here also, like, lately I spend so much time chatting with my girls, like Sierra, Artemis, Jamie, Cleo. So basically this is like the iRacing / F1 girls. So Artemis, she's playing in F1 and iRacing, and some girls that I know are in iRacing. So it's nice that we're sharing a lot of things, like, like creating a safe space for girls, like just sharing, like just saying anything on the chat, you know, like sharing any tips or something like that. Like Jamie, for example, like yesterday I text her like, Jamie, this is a video that I found on YouTube about how to trail break here, you know, like
I need that video, because that's one thing I haven't mastered yet, is trail breaking. So I'll
share it to you. I'll share it to you after this.
Yeah, but it might be different because it's on iRacing. So, but
I believe it works in every game. This video is quite like explaining like how to trail break in general. I hope it can help you.
Because you can go faster with trail breaking anyway. So as soon as I learn to it will probably take me a while, but hopefully in the future I'll learn to trail break. The majority of the time I've learnt how to improve based on other people. Like I got them to explain like what's the difference if I run this much wing at one track or this much wing in another track, and I've start to know the difference between which tracks require lower downforce or higher downforce and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've started to realise what tracks I'm good at. I'm apart from Monaco, which is a high downforce track anyway. Most of the tracks I'm good at requires high wings, so like Qatar, Zandvoort. Trying to think of another track.
What? What track? Seb, help us. Seb. Pepsi Man, help us.
But tracks where like you like it's a lot of high speed corners as well. Not Monza though, because like that's low downforce. So tracks that are like high downforce and carry a lot of speed. Yes, Hungary, that's the one.
Hungary.
Yeah, I like Hungary. Hungary's fun to drive.
I didn't get the flow of the track. I don't know why. Like, I'm not vibing with the Hungary. Like, what makes you like that track?
I don't know. It just suits well my driving style with the flow of it more, and I could be smooth on the wheel and stuff. So, and it's very twisty as well, which I like twisty tracks. But and
it is, and it's hard to make a pass, in my opinion, in that track. Like,
it is, but it's just getting used to it. Funny you should say about Jeddah, Sophie. I hated it on the last few games.
Oh yeah?
Because the traction was absolutely awful. I'm not sure when my next race is in Jeddah. I'm probably a lot slower compared to my male counterparts around Jeddah. So next time I have a Jeddah race, I'm going to watch back my Jeddah race for screen to speed and think what mistakes I've done and what stuff I've done well and what I can improve on a little bit. So just because I won a race, it doesn't mean I can step back. I can look and see what I can improve the next time.
Right. So guys, if you don't know yet, Jess, she upload her screen to speed round 1 race on her YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and type Jess
After
Games.
this.
I'm sorry?
After this.
So yeah, by the way, tell me about it. I hit the wall twice. Don't worry, I lost my wing like many times, Sophie, in the race. Like, I'm the most expensive F1 driver on the grid. Like, in one race, I need 5 wings at least. Like,
At least you finished.
at least I finished. At least I finished
Yeah.
the race. First, you need to finish. So,
Yeah, to finish first, you first have to finish.
yeah, I'm doing my part here. I finished the race. So, I really hope Miami will be better. So tell me a bit about Miami, because I don't really follow F1. Like, I follow F1 but not like every week. So can you explain a bit about the track for the upcoming Screen to Speed race?
I don't have the notes on Miami, so but, it is quite a hard track, I find, on the game, because you have to be so delicate on the throttle. You can't just hammer it down and expect the car to go places. It's just, for me, it's quite a bit of understeer. I usually find as well. There's a lot of blind corners. There's a big crest as well. Towards the end of sector 2, I think it's between 12, 13, 14, and 15. It's an absolute nightmare. And it is a lovely track. I used to love it on F1 22, but you just got to be so delicate with the throttle, and you can take advantage of short shifting in certain bits of the corners as well. It just takes a while to master, I think, and I still haven't nailed it yet. And yeah, I'm getting there, but it's a lot harder than Jeddah, let's just say.
Oh yeah? So Miami is like one of the tricky track on the calendar then, for the F1 car.
Well, everyone has different preferences. I know there may be some people in our little group that say, "Oh my god, I love it."
Right.
But I'm like, it's a bogey track. There's some times where I race Miami and I'm like, "Oh, I love it," and then there's some races where I had the worst race ever. It always tends to rain when I race in Miami, or every time I race in Miami. We said it's dynamic weather, right?
Yeah.
And like it rains like all the time. And like it's either dry to wet race or wet to dry race or wet race completely, and I always end up spinning or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So Miami is going to be quite interesting. We will see.
More overtakes, hopefully.
More overtakes, yeah. So we will see if Jess gonna win another one this week.
No pressure.
No pressure, but I wanna see you crossing the finish line first, of course. Like, are you ready to dominate the championship, Jess?
I think my dream, obviously, of course, would be to win the championship. But my dream, of course, will be, hopefully, we could get a close grid as well of like we won't know who will get pole, we won't know who's gonna win and stuff like that. That would be amazing. If I win the championship by just winning one race and then just consistently being on the podium, then I don't mind about that.
Right.
So I don't have to win every race. I just gotta be consistent.
Right. Consistent, like in podium and yeah.
Yeah, podiums, top 5s, yeah. And of course there's one drop round, but I'm missing a race anyway, so that technically is my drop round because I'm missing a race. So
we will see, because yeah, for me, watching a championship, watching a race, like whether it's esports or real race, I would love to see a different winner every round. That makes the race more interesting. Like, yeah.
Chloe Chambers in Spain. Oh my goodness, honestly, I was not expecting her to win, but she had a really good start. She dominated it, but there was a different winner. And she was just so happy. I just love it. I love it. That's what I want to see in F1 is multiple winners. Last year, honestly, even though I'm in Red Bull, my dream is to see multiple winners. So when I saw Sainz winning in Singapore, I was screaming for joy. I was screaming for joy when Lando won in Miami.
Right, Lando win in Miami.
Yeah, and I'm.
Oh wait, where is Jess? Hold on, guys. I think Jess got disconnected. We were having this chat right now. We lost Jess. I know, right? We lost Jess. I'm gonna try to call her again and see. So guys, sorry, we don't have a BRB screen right now, but I will put this on opening screen as a BRB, and then I will come back in a minute. Okie dokie, guys. BRB real quick. I'm calling Jess. We cannot lose her. Okay, we cannot lose her. BRB, guys. Alright, let me see. I'm still here, by the way. Jess is gone. We were talking about F1 Academy. Chloe winning the race. Hey, Jess. Can you hear me, Jess? Oh wait, is it her internet? Hey Jess, can you hear me?
Yeah, so sorry, my internet was playing up for a minute. Sorry about that.
It's okay, it's okay. Alright, we're coming back live, okay? Hi guys, we got Jess back. She's back. Guess who's back? Sorry, the internet is like internet. Okay, it's internet. The internet is acting up, but it's okay, guys. We continue. Oh my god, we were having this chat about Lando winning the race, Sainz winning in Singapore, and also Chloe. I didn't expect Chloe to win the race, honestly.
No, I was not either. But I think in what I've learned while watching Barcelona, apart from F1, is if you get a good start, you're more than likely going to win a race, and that's what we saw with Abby. That's what we saw with Chloe, and
in
so
it was
right. Yeah, and I think it's just nice to see a lot of females getting the spotlight, and I think F1 Academy is way better than the W Series because it's a much more of a pathway to other great series as well. You get super license points for it as well. You're more known in the community because it's supporting the F1 races and stuff. So
right.
it's just a much better organised series, and you see more of the F1 Academy drivers in other series as well, like Abby in British F4, I think Dorian in WEC, but she didn't take part in Le Mans, bless her, because her ribs were playing up. So yeah.
Who's your favorite driver in F1 Academy?
I don't know. There's just
you can
so
mention
many
more than one names. Okay.
There's just so many good drivers. I love Abby because she has the backing from Alice Powell, and I loved Alice Powell when she was racing in W Series, and there was I think a few races where she just missed out on the title. So, but she was driving very well, so I'm glad to see the mentor as well. Yeah. I really do. I like Marty as well. She got her best few results in Spain as well. I loved her driving style as well. So, and Chloe I'm starting to like as well because she's been improving so much.
Yeah.
And there's a shame we may not see them on the grid because I think they're only allowed to do 2 seasons. And I know it's not F1 Academy, but I do like Jamie Chadwick and how well she's doing in Indy. She's doing brilliantly.
She's improving a lot in Indy comparing to last year. Like, I think last year was her first season in Indy Next, I think. Last year, if I'm not mistaken. And this year, she won in Road America. And I think she got podium in Indy, like the race before that. Something like that. Like,
I think it was a few races before that, and then I think the race that just happened, I think she had a bad qualifying but went to finish 6th or something. That's just amazing.
She's really improving. Like, wow. Like, okay, wow.
Too early for her to jump, I think, to IndyCar. I would like to see her another year in Indy Next, and then
hopefully,
and then hopefully.
Yeah, she can.
Then the year after that, in 2026, I'd like to see her in IndyCar.
I wonder, like, is it a big jump from the Indy next to the IndyCar? I don't
I have
really.
no idea.
Yeah, I don't. I'm quite new. I think I'm the newbie in IndyCar.
Same.
So yeah, for me, I
I've
know
only started watching it properly last year in 2023.
last year.
I wa-
I see.
Yeah, I watched Indy 500 in 2022, but I didn't watch all of IndyCar, whereas last year I watched all the other races before that. So I got to know about the drivers and all that, but I'd never watched Indy next because it wasn't broadcast at it either clashed with F1 or lots of other series that I wanted to watch.
Right.
So,
Yes. Anyway, speaking about W Series, speaking about the F1 Academy, do you guys know that we have one driver in the INIT Esports Dream Team, in the Screen to Speed Dream Team, Jessica Fischer? She raced in W Series and she raced in the Nürburgring also. I think yeah, she does a lot of race in the NERP. Like she drives the GT3 right now, like a sports car kind of thing. And she's in the esports team created by Screen to Speed. So we, other than making a competition, we are making an esports team, like all female esports team. And for now, we only running in iRacing, but hopefully we will have like an F1 team. Like yeah, hopefully. Like
hopefully in the future, yeah, you'll see more women try to go to an esports team because it's always hard to get into, and I'm just so lucky to have the Red Bull team so supportive and all of us on the program at the moment as well, and like and the women that are helping us are absolutely brilliant as well. They're absolutely fantastic, and so. Yeah. It's just nice to see the success in your team as well. I think there's one name in there that I recognise. I remember used to commentate on her as well, Sarah Dove.
Oh wait, Sarah Dove.
Yeah, I saw her racing iRacing back in the day, and she was so good. She's
like the rain master. I call her a rain master. She loves driving in the rain. She's so good. I raced with her in ACC, and then I saw her racing in iRacing. Like, wow, she's amazing. She's a good driver, I must say. She's a good driver. We have lots of good driver, like good female driver. So it's just about time until like we see some girls like on the grid being in the top 10 or possibly in the podium or even winning the race. It's about time, honestly. Because again, like the community has been growing like so fast, like super fast, and now you can like randomly like see the girls streaming on Twitch, playing racing games, playing iRacing or Gran Turismo. So I think
I'm seeing loads of women streaming on Twitch now. Like I'm seeing I think there was one time where I saw 2 or 3 women streaming on Twitch, not necessarily F1, but they were streaming racing games, and it's just so good that women have more content creators to look up to, saying if they could do it, then maybe I could do it too as well. So
yeah, exactly.
And I see a lot more women on TikTok making F1 content as well. Again, not sim racing, but F1. And it always comes up on my For You page as well. So I always discover new women to follow on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
So
especially in content creation part of sim racing, like the woman is like a lot. Like yeah, you will see like new face, new name, like suddenly become viral on For You page and everything. Like wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And in F1, I feel like there's a lot of creator out there in speaking about the F1, like like doing the commentary about the F1 race, something like that. There's a lot. But I wonder, like, do they like playing games as well, playing racing games, or?
In terms of the commentary side, I think there's quite a lot of commentators that like racing, but they decide that some of them don't do league racing. We do sometimes hold an event with just as commentators, and we all race together just to see who's good. And I'm usually the one at the back because there's people that race quite a lot more than what I do. So, but I always like to race still on a weekly basis, just so I can again improve, because my advice on commentary anyway, you got to learn the logistics of the game. You've got to know like how the game works in terms of the handling and the features and stuff, because you could tell. I can always tell when watching a stream when someone's commentating on, like, say, iRacing, and they don't know the logistics of that class. Yeah, I can tell, and I'm like, this person does not know how to commentate iRacing, and I just switch off. So if you do make sure you study religiously about the sim. That's why it's handy for me to race, just to get a hang of what the sim is, because then I can say, oh, this track has these difficult bits, because obviously I race in it, so it's difficult. But
it's more relatable for you to commentate on it, like if you know the game, if you know the track and everything. Yeah, so being a commentator,
they show
really...
off. So and I get to see the different lines as well that they take, and how better they are. I mean, because most of the time I'm commentating on drivers that are like 3-4 seconds quicker than me.
Right. So by the way, Jess, speaking about the sim of choice, I'm assuming you are really into F1, like.
I can't imagine doing anything else really. If I switched to another sim, I just probably rot and cry. Cause it always takes me a while to get used to any sim, because if I get used to iRacing and then suddenly go back to F1, then I'll have to get a few months to get back into F1 again. And I tried iRacing before. I realised I was too slow. It got to a point where I had to take the assist off. I couldn't do it. And I've always been a fan of F1 anyway, as a child. So yeah, F1 has always been my
sim of choice.
Sim of choice. Not just because it's competitive for me, it's because it's fun. And there's times where I'm not racing competitively. I'm racing in open lobbies with a few creators I like as well, and I can just, if I get bored or something and just want to race in practice my racecraft, I sometimes just join open lobbies, even if it's not the track I'm racing at. So yeah, so I think there's just more. It's just more inclusive, I think, F1 for people just to, especially on a pad. Like more people can go on a pad on F1 and race, whereas in iRacing, I think it's a bit more difficult to do that. ATC, I think I've seen some certain people on the pad, but yeah, I think F1, you can race on the pad and still be competitive. I don't know. There's someone I know that races on a pad with no assist, and I'm like, how? Because the pad is so small. I have small hands, by the way.
Same.
So like, I don't know how they reach the gears and they try and steer with the. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Same. I gave up on the pad many years ago, which is why I stick to a wheel. But yeah, so F1 all the way in terms of sim racing, but in terms of commentary, I would always like to branch out to more in the future. I miss doing ATC commentary.
Oh yeah?
ATC commentary was so much fun.
Oh yeah?
Because it's just different, lots of different tracks, classes as well, and there's like endurance races, which is always fun. I think I remember one year for about a few races I commentated on more females races. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh yeah, more female racers. Yes.
I did. I can't remember what year I did it. I think it was during lockdown, and that was good. But then because it clashed with another commentary I was doing, I couldn't do all of it. But I ended up commentating with Laura Luft.
Oh. Wow.
Laura. So yeah, and she was. I let her do the lead because she knew what she was talking about. But yeah, so I would like to do some more ATC, but in general F1 all the way.
Oh yeah, we are, Sophie. We are the MFR alumni here. Yeah, I raced in season 4, and I think, Sophie, what about you? Which season was your first MFR? I just know, but I was.
I can't remember which one I commentated on.
I see.
But I remember when every time Kyle Army came up on the calendar, I was like, oh my god, I love it. I always want that's one of the tracks I want to see come back to F1 because it's just such a lovely track. Such a lovely track.
I see.
So
Kelly used to be an F1 tracks back in the day. I'm sorry, I'm a newbie here. F1 newbie here. So back in the day, F1 race in Calamy.
Yeah, I think it was around about last time they raced was about 93.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I remember watching a season review video in Kyalami, and I'm just like, oh, that's good.
Why do they not using that track anymore?
Don't ask me. Ask whoever organises F1. Yeah. I'm just trying to see when the last. I'm sure almost certain it was 93. They last raced there. But yeah, it's just so much fun to cover as well. So yeah. Every time I see it on the calendar in an ACC league or an iRacing league that I commentate on, I just scream with joy because it's so good.
Okay, wait. So Sophie joined the MFR on season 3, and then you won the silver class in season 4, and then you did in season 5.
That's cool.
I won the Pro AM class. And Sophie won the silver class. GG, we are the MFR winner, bro.
Yeah, I remember I had to get used to all the classes as well, and I had to be like, oh, so this person's leading this class, and I had to get used to different class system. It got a bit confusing for a while, but I got the hang of it.
At first it was really confusing for me because I thought at first we were just racing everyone, and then my co-driver told me yeah, just see the different levels. So yours red, so you only race the red level. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the thing I liked about the series as well is there was quite a few teams that had an experienced driver in their team with them as well, so they were able to give them tips, which I find quite good.
Yeah.
Well. So the one who organised it all, I remember him racing with a female as well, and I liked it that the female actually did the qualifying and the start and the end stints as well. I remember.
Yes.
So put more emphasis on the female, even though males could take part. Put all the emphasis of the females as well.
In that season, the male driver, the co-driver, only allowed to do one stint, somewhere in the middle of the race.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So the girls really need to learn how to start a race, how to survive the first lap and such like that. And we are the ones.
Which is good. Which is similar. The series that do well are the ones that have a balance of male and female drivers, like Extreme Aim.
Yeah. I was always in the pro class due to my co-driver.
What?
Your co-driver is dragging you to the pro class. But it's okay, you got the speed, Yvonne. You got the speed. You're fast. She's fast.
She is fast.
She is. She's fast in
I've seen her in other sims as well. She's quick.
I mean, I think Yvonne also does the Gran Turismo, the Spring Cup, right? And you're in podium. So I think for me, Yvonne is the best. Good in every sim. I think for me, I only good in iRacing, but in other sim, I'm a little bit broken. Just my brain is oh no, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Yeah. And it's all, and then with more female races, it was just so good to get to know quite a few females, and I actually got to interview the person who actually organised it as well, and found out about why they took part in it as well. So yeah.
It was nice to have a co-driver, but when I was racing, when I was the only one racing against the girls, I feel it hits different.
It does.
Because when you're having a co-driver, how do I say it? I feel I can rely on my co-driver because I feel he's faster than me, so I'm okay, if I mess up, you can fix this for me, okay? But for example, when I was racing in Screen to Speed, when I was racing in other series where it's a female championship, it hits different. Okay, I'm the only one here, so I have to fight. And it feels different when you're racing with the girls, for me, than racing with the boys.
Yeah, because I think it always gets a bit more competitive when I'm racing with males because they always want to beat each other. And I'm just like, hi, I'm here. I will just want to race, you know, so...
Yeah. Like, I must say, the Screen to Speed Winter Cup was crazy. Like, we got like a really close battle in top two, like between P1 and P2, like always like in every round. Like, I was like, okay, these girls are so competitive, like are hella competitive. Like, I saw Nina dominating the track, so it was like Nina and Bianca back in the day, like always battling, like always close battle. I was like, wow. And also I did some practice like last week, I think, like for the upcoming Screen to Speed Summer Cup, and I was like watching Nina's move over Jamie, like, okay Nina, okay Nina, okay Nina, game on. I wanna be like her one day, like I wanna be like her, like so fast, so good. Oh my god, we have Alu Gobi here. Gobi! Oh my god, Gobi, very nice to have you here today. Hi, we are having an F1 chat and also speaking about something competitive in sim racing. Welcome in, welcome in. Say hello to my friend, Jess. Yeah, right. Jess is in here. So say hello to my friend, my dear friend Jess. So Jess is the F1 player. We should get into F1 together one day. Like we should play F1 together. Gobi, gonna be fun. And hello Jacob, Fedora the Explorer. Hi Jacob, how's everyone doing and how are you, Elz? I'm doing great, by the way, Jacob. Happy almost weekend. Happy almost weekend for you. So we have an F1 player right here, Jacob. So we are pretty much everything right now. iRacing, GT7, F1, and maybe Forza in the future. Like
I've never commentated on GT7, so...
Would you like to take a chance one day, like commentating on GT7?
What, one day, if it doesn't clash with any leagues that I race in.
Right,
right.
One
day.
One day.
Just because I always wanted to get into GT7, but again, it's just trying to balance that with learning F1. It's just a bit, you know, it's just hard to learn two sims at once. Whereas if I'm commentating, it's so much easier adapting to commentating on different series because you don't have to learn a completely different handling. So it's just a lot easier to prep for different sims in commentary that compared to racing. So and I do miss you as well, Gobi, from MFR. That's another driver I knew from MFR as well.
Gobi is the one in pro class. So we have the pro,
I remember.
silver,
I remember.
Yes, Gobi, you are so fast. Oh my god. Gobi, are you going to race with us in the Summer Cup? Please, please, please. Oh, I text you this morning, but I haven't checked my Discord again. I will check it after this interview. So I was asking Gobi, like, Gobi, will you race with us in the Summer Cup? Oh my god, I would love to have you. Cause I think, yes! Oh my god, I'm super happy. Oh my god, I'll see you. Because I think for me, you are like one of the driver that can match Nina Han's lap time in Road Atlanta. By the way, yes, Becca, Nina is like on different level. So Nina, she got the talent and she got the experience. So you know when someone...
Yeah, she does real life stuff as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she is. She does.
She's insane.
Insane. I saw on her social media, like, I don't know, like few months ago, like he was like drifting the Formula car. Like, whoa, like so cool.
It's amazing. It shows that women can race just as good as guys. We are here. We can race, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, we can race.
So,
we can race too.
And I think the difference, with Rock the Rig and any female racing I've took part in, it's the camaraderie. We cheer each other on. We're happy if someone does well or improves and stuff like that. It's just,
I'm happy
it's just lovely. Like every time I see someone I know racing in a league like Artemis or Elodie, and if I see them do well, if I see them like get like their best result or something, and I just cheer them on, saying, "Yay, well done!" Like,
Well
you know,
done.
even if
there you go. You know.
So yeah, it's good. It's good.
I'm happy when I see my friends making improvement on her lap time. Like, I'm truly happy. Like, I don't see my girlfriends as my competition. I don't know, like, we're friends here. We want to get better together. We will be on the top together. We'll reach the top together. Like, I never seen like these girls on the grid are my competition, but it's more like my mentor. Like, okay, I wanna be like you. I wanna be like Artemis. She drive with no S's in F1. She's good. To me, she's good because it's a struggle for me to take out all the S's and drive in F1. Really.
And we all give each other a tips as well. I think we didn't have time to last week, but hopefully in the future, the rig girls who are going to be in Screen to Speed, we're gonna kind of like share tips on like strategies and like racing lines and all that, just so we can help each other out. Even though we're racing against each other, we all want each other to do well. So so if we see like someone like being very quick, we always go to her for tips, saying we need help.
Yeah, we need help. Oh my god.
So yeah, it's always just nice to have that community you could go to, saying, look, I'm struggling with this track, could you help me with this? Because I still don't understand telemetry yet. So that's why I always go to like my friends, like verbally for help, or like in a text chat, because they could say, oh, you're slower at this corner, you need to do X, Y, Z. So
right. I think Artemis knows how to read the telemetry. Maybe we should have a telemetry 101 with Artemis. Like, she can like...
She's planning to teach me at some point.
Yeah.
So
we should invite Artemis to another INIT Talks.
I think there was one time she was going to teach me, but I was so knackered last week that I just had to fall asleep. So,
okay.
She just finished work, and obviously I had to get up early for work. So, yeah.
Time zone, and she works really, like, I don't know how many hours she works every day, but she spends so much time at work. Like, really.
She works more hours than me. I work, I think, 7.5 hours a day, 37 hours a week.
Yeah, she's working at the lab. So I was like, oh, no wonder she's like, you spend so much time at work, you're working at the lab. Okay. But she got a really interesting job.
It's insane how she balances work with sim racing.
And school. She just graduated, I think.
She's graduated, and I think a master's, I think, as well. And I remember when we were all at in the UK in the factory. I remember I think it was either the day before or like the evening, like once we finished in Milton Keynes in the accelerator day. I think she had a class right afterwards as well that she had to go to and dial in online. So yeah. So she had to balance that. It was crazy.
Yeah, she's like a superwoman lately, like trying to keep up with streaming, back on competing, and then also like a lot of things happening in real life, like so much to prepare. Like, I was like, Artemis, first of all, it's really nice to have you back on the grid, like seeing you competing in Screen to Speed, see your excitement getting back into it. Like, I'm super happy, but please take a good rest, Artemis. Like, wow, that's a lot, like a lot. Telemetry is easy, but then I like numbers and graphics. Telemetry.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was trialing out one of them today to see how it is, and I was looking at it, and it was saying, "Oh, you brake too much."
Oh yeah. Like, the telemetry doesn't lie.
Like, it tells me, "Oh, you do this," and it's like, well, how do I fix it in the game? how do I do it with the pedals? Like, that's what I find tricky.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you brake, like, because I was comparing one lap in Miami to like an expert, and like his braking was like very modular. My braking's like,
Like, right. I feel so.
But,
yeah, insecure. Like looking at telemetry is my biggest insecurity in life, honestly. Because the telemetry doesn't lie. Like I told my coach like one time, like I brake at 100. I'm 100% sure about that. And then he looks into the telemetry like, no, you brake a little bit before that. The telemetry doesn't lie. And I was like, shook, But at some point, I think if we actually want to improve, we really need to look into the telemetry. So guys, seriously, I will invite Artemis back to INIT Talks and we will talk about telemetry 101. Like, and maybe we can invite Sep also, because Sep is like a race engineer, right?
Yeah. He is.
A pro race engineer for F1 esports team. So yeah, Sep, you should join us. Like, coach us.
So I've started using, for Miami, I started using Trophy AI, which is what Artemis recommended. So, because I was watching the VOD back, I was like, oh, I'll give that a go, and it's just like, it's just so good, really good, because it actually tells you where you could have gained more time and how.
Right.
So it's helpful for me. The thing that I think it only does time trial at the moment. It doesn't do the actual racing. I kind of want to do that in the future, but it's good when you're just learning the track and knowing what to improve on and stuff. So hopefully I will learn telemetry in the future, and then I can see, right, this is when I can be a bit more smoother on the throttle and stuff, and gain the time. Because as soon as I master braking, that's when I can turn some assist off.
Yeah, right. I think that is like also like one of my goal right now in sim racing, like to be. I don't know if I can be like a super pro in F1 game, but I want to enjoy the F1 game, like actually driving, actually racing in it with no assist. That's my long-term goal. That's my long-term goal.
That'll be mine once I master braking.
Once I master braking, like imagine you already won the race.
I can brake, obviously.
You know how to brake. But trail braking.
Yeah, brake, not just slamming on the brakes, but actually being a bit smoother when you brake.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, what wheels and pedals do you use for sim racing?
I started with a Logitech G29, so I started with that. The brake pedal was a bit of a nightmare, so I ended up using the clutch for the brake.
Okay.
But then I moved to the 2019 Fanatec CSL wheel, which I've had for, I think it cost about 600 quid or whatever back in the day. I've had that for about 5 years now. So I've not changed wheels since then. I want to get another one, but it's just so expensive. And the cost of living crisis where I am, it's just a nightmare. So yeah, but I think people have proven in competition that you don't need a wheel in F1 to do well. I've seen many drivers I know that I've raced with that are competitive on the pad, so you don't have to race on the wheel to be competitive.
Right.
So I've seen people have wheels on a table. They don't have I don't have a proper rig, but I would want one in the future. And I still see some people racing on the pad and they still enjoy it. So you don't have to race to be competitive. You don't have to have a full blown setup, which is what I like.
Yeah, true. I know some good players in iRacing that is like playing with a controller. I don't even understand. Like I saw like 3K iRacing guy, and then he was like, I was playing with keyboard sometimes and with PS4 controller. I was like, really? Yep, I was using a PS4 controller for racing. So yes, some people kinda overthinking about getting like a complete setup when they just start doing sim racing, but as a start,
I started on the pad.
True, me too. We all start from a pad, I believe. Sophie's still playing with
this pad.
That one, see?
Well, not the exact pad because I don't know where my Xbox One controller was. But yeah, I had an Xbox and I had that. And I had that control. Well, I had that controller.
See? So yeah, you don't really need a fancy wheel as a start. Like really, just enjoy. Like as a start, just drive all around, enjoy. I think Ivan also said that, like in INIT Talks or something, like just learn how to drive, like racing line on or something, just enjoy. And then if you want to get just
learn. Just don't be pressured to do something you don't want to do. If you like racing on the pad, race on the pad. If you like some assists on for comfort and enjoyment, do it. You know what I mean? Like, I think there was one point someone I know when they got to F124, they wanted to turn to medium traction. They hated it so much that they went back to full traction, and they now enjoy the game. So
in the end, you want to enjoy the game that you like.
Yeah, so there's no point turning assists off if you're not going to enjoy it. But I know I'm going to be slower with some assists turned on compared to last game, but that's fine. I'm using... That's why screen to speed is so helpful with me improving my racing, because without screen to speed, my first race wouldn't have been until like end of July. So I would have gone like 3-4 weeks without racing in F1 cars, like competitively. It would have been an absolute nightmare. So, you know, and even if you have a week off sim racing, it shows, because you have to learn everything again, and it's just like crazy.
When I got into the groove, like doing sim racing, I want to keep on doing it. I don't want to take a break, because if I take a break, like 2 weeks off, I feel like my muscle memory and everything will be reset back to the factory settings. Like I was like, how do I drive? Like, why am I on factory settings now? Default settings, like really. So by the way, Jess, so I got another question for you. So Jess, if you can only choose one profession in your life, sim racer or content creator or commentator, which one would you choose and why? Can you choose one?
It is a tough one. Probably commentator. Because I've been doing it for so long. I've been advising people for quite a bit as well on how to improve as well. So I've seen people come up the ranks to be successful thanks to my tips as well. So I feel like I have more of a chance doing stuff in the real world in terms of commentary than sim racing. So if I have to choose one, it will be commentary, because it's so accessible and you get to travel to loads of great places. Whereas obviously racing, I don't have a driver's license. I don't want to learn to drive because I always get anxious when I learn to drive anyway in the real world. Whereas sim racing, that fear is just gone because you can try out new things and all that.
Yeah, look at Ash. Do you know Ash Vandalay? Like, she travels...
I do!
She travels around the world. Like, he was in Barcelona, I think, last week.
Yeah, she was in Barcelona, and she's now in Spa for 24 hours of Spa this weekend.
Yeah, she travels, and
She travels a lot, and I think she's one of the first females I came across as Twitch streamer. Yeah. And I saw her streaming F1, and now she does like watch-alongs and all that, and she's in Red Bull as well, and like she's one of the content creators that I look up to because she commentates as well and she sim races like me. So if there's someone like me that I could look up to of all the work she does, then it'll have to be Ash, I think, because she does similar stuff to me. So, you know, and
I don't know how she does everything, honestly. Like, I don't know how she does everything at once. Like, making a content.
She's lucky she could turn it into a full-time job as well. I can't. So,
maybe next time you will. We never know. Again, we never know.
You just don't give up in terms of finding a passion for it. Like, there could be one perfect opportunity that comes your way. So, yeah.
Like, seriously, like, you never know what will happen in the future. For example, like me, when I first got into sim racing, I was a complete noob. I didn't know
We
that.
we all were nudes when we first
Well,
started.
true. Facts, yeah, we all knew. Yeah, but
Yeah, and that's what people are worried about, that they're going to be judged straight away. But every single person who started sim racing had to come from somewhere, and there could be some people that are natural at it, and there could be some people that are not. So do not be afraid when you pick up a pad or when you pick up a wheel that you're not going to be quick straight away. It took me, when I first got my wheel, it took me ages to be like, I'm actually good at a wheel. Like, there were certain times where I just gave up. I just kept pursuing it. Because of my condition, it took me about 3 or 4 years to actually get used to, like, driving a wheel and not, like, weaving all the time when I'm trying to drive. I'm being more smooth and whatever.
right.
So it does take a while, but I know that some people can drive naturally, and that's fine. But if it takes you a while, then it takes you a while. As long as you enjoy sim racing, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Like, don't give up, because I don't know, like, life could be boring. Like, if you're like good at the first try, you're just like dominating. I don't know, like, it's just not fun. At least for me, I'm still consider myself as a newbie, but my days has been very very interesting. Like, every day I got something new to learn. I don't know, like, I'm just learning. I just got new experience, learning new things. So that's great. Like, okay, my life is not that boring, I guess. I made mistake and I move on, like, don't be afraid to make a mistakes. I think that's also an advice that I can share to everyone, because most of the time I'm kind of afraid to take a risk in a race. Like,
I'm the same.
yeah?
I'm the same. I'm always scared sometimes to go for a move, and that's one of my main goals, is to be a bit more aggressive when it goes to move and actually proper send it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and just because sometimes I let other people make moves and then they make mistakes, and that's how I gain positions. But you can't always do that. So hopefully I could do that in the future and just learn like different lines and stuff. That would be good.
Yeah.
I was so happy when I won Jeddah, but there were times where I'm like, I wish I could have battled with someone for a bit longer, because when it got to like 7 laps, I was like, at the beginning of the race, it was fun because I was fighting with Artemis, I was fighting with Sophie. It was brilliant. But once it got to 8-9 laps, I was like, I'm on my own. I kind of need some company here.
Yeah, it gets lonely on the track. Come on, fight me.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel.
I hate being at the back.
Yeah.
Racing. I hate racing on my own, like wherever I am. But if I'm fighting for something, it's great.
Yeah. I think that's what I want to have in a league race. Like, winning that would be nice to win a race, but I want to learn how to fight with people. I want to learn how to make a move, because for me in a league race, I don't need to worry about losing anything. I mean, I might lose my friend if I crash into her, but I mean, like, it's not like we're going to lose some rating, something like that, but you will learn more and more. And that's how I improve my skill lately, by getting into a lot of league race, by getting into screen to speed. I'm gaining experience in F1, like, for real.
No,
Like,
that is so good to see that branch as well, in terms of different series and finding out a bit more about the tracks in general too, and
right.
just the fact you're opening so many doors to potentially great sim racers that just generally want to race, want to have fun, whatever night it is. And it's just, I think that's how I improve my skills, is league racing. I've never been a big fan of career mode or single player stuff. I've, like, every time I pick up an F1 game, the first thing I do is time trial or multiplayer. The only time I'm on single player is when I'm doing Grand Prix mode, practicing for a league race. So most of the time, like I did for F2 last week, I literally did a sprint race in F2 around Spain,
Oh god.
practicing. like just to get a feel for like the tires and the strategy. So
Right.
yeah, you know, I don't know why I'm not a big fan of career mode. It's just like I like racing with people,
with
real
human.
well, the people that are humans. Yeah.
Yeah, I like racing with human. Yeah.
Because every time if I have a nice battle, like I always like the feeling when they say, "GG's, that was a good battle."
Yeah.
And even if I don't come out on top against them, it's still good fun. So
It feels like, I don't know, like proud, even though that you're not winning the race, but if you can if you can have like a really good battle in the race, like you actually like battling hard, it feels more rewarding. Well, if I can win it, that also rewarding, but I always like say GG like after the race if I actually having a battle with someone, like really. Like wow, that's yeah, I prefer racing against human too. Like I'm not against any AI, like I'm totally cool with the AI in the game,
yeah,
but
same.
I still prefer
humans.
Yeah, I still prefer human. Jess commentating in the screen to speed iRacing and GT7 final round. Jess, for the final round, can we talk more about it? Should we discuss behind the camera about Jess being the commentator for the final round of screen to speed?
That would be amazing. I'll need to check my availability, but I think iRacing shouldn't be a problem because it's on a Saturday, I think, isn't it? So
iRacing is on. Hold on, let me check.
So is it on a?
I think it's on. Jess together with Jess. See, double Jess.
Wait, there's another Jess?
There's another Jess doing a commentary. So this is like double J, double trouble for the final round.
Double trouble, yeah.
Double J, double trouble.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's on Saturday for iRacing. Let's see.
Well, I'll be around. Hold on. What's the final day?
August 31st. Misano. For iRacing.
August 31st, Saturday.
Yeah.
I should be all right with that.
One Jess available for the final round. So, oh my god, Jess.
Not GT7, I'm afraid, because I've got a league that I run on Sunday nights.
Oh yeah, no GT7, but iRacing, there's a big possibility.
Yeah, iRacing, yes, but GT7, I'm afraid not. Yeah, I have a league that I own.
Right.
So yeah, I need to actually figure out what the break week is actually for the league that I own. Which so basically I have Screen to Speed on Saturdays.
Yes.
And then at the start of August I will then have my own league on a Sunday that I'm racing at as well. So those are the two leagues I mainly race at.
I see. But it's okay. If you can do iRacing, that will be amazing because iRacing is going to be like super fun. Like
and it's single seaters, so it's not that much different.
Yeah.
To F1.
To the F1. Yeah, it's an open wheel.
Break week.
Misano is one of my favorite tracks. Yes, Yvonne, I remember back in the day you were coaching me in ACC about Misano. I remember. It was like during the MFR, I think. I forgot. Like that was during my ACC era. Like you were coaching me about Misano. It's still a technical track for me. Misano is like a technical track. Misano Bootcamp. Yeah, the Misano Bootcamp. But seriously, I think we have like a different preference speaking about the racetrack. I feel like the track that you like, Yvonne, is like the track that I struggle with. Like, I don't know, just Misano, I'm not vibing with the track. I don't know.
There's
why.
always like I always have like a group chat or like a group of commentators that I get on well. We always tend to joke about Misano sometimes. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
But Misano is just. I remember watching Misano in Formula E for the first time, and it was. So there were some people that didn't like it, but I liked it because like it was so unpredictable.
Yeah. I'm always
So-
happy to help. I will contact you when I need help. But all this time, I'm always avoiding that track. Every time I see that track on calendar in iRacing, I'm like pretend like I'm not looking at it, like skip.
The annoying thing is the break week for my league is a week before the finals in GT7, so that's came at a very bad time.
Ah. Oh no.
It's annoying, but yeah, count me in for iRacing.
Yes. We will see Jess commentating in iRacing for the final round of Screen to Speed Summer Cup. I'm super excited, not gonna lie. For the Summer Cup in iRacing, I'm super excited because we will have another new names on the grid. Like a lot of
How
new
many have you
names.
got so far?
Hmm?
How many have you got so far in the iRacing lot?
I don't know yet because I'm mostly working on the social media and also like inviting the girls. But I believe Sophie got the data and everything. But yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
But at least
I hope
my
if
girls
you'll
are
get people
here.
anyway.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Like, don't worry. New names, old names, they're coming back, and of course we will have Alu Gobi joining the Summer Cup. So Alu Gobi is like one of the OG Screen to Speed contestant. Screen to Speed
We have a handful.
drivers.
We always need more. That's the beauty, isn't it? Like,
Mm.
it's some good tracks as well. Spa, I love Spa.
Oh yeah, Spa in F4 is gonna be fun. A Spa in F4 is gonna be fun. Like, super fun. Super fun. Snetterton, what do you think about that track? I don't race a lot in that track.
Snetterton, I don't race it either, but my mum and dad been to a British touring car race in real life and they liked it there.
Ah.
So yeah, it is pretty decent. Can be a bit of chaos at times, but it's a really great race in there.
Yeah.
So that's good. I know
Laguna.
Laguna Seca, that was at IndyCar recently, I believe.
Yes, IndyCar.
That's a pretty good track, but there's some people that have a love-hate relationship with that track.
I can tell. Yep. It's a challenging track.
I remember when I used to do the rookies in iRacing, when I used to have a go at Laguna Seca in the Mazdas, I always struggled at the corkscrew. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, the corkscrew gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. Like seeing these girls racing in F4 in Laguna Seca. It's gonna be full of action. Like, woohoo! You know, like I'm having a love-hate relationship with Laguna Seca. Like sometimes I'm liking it, sometimes like meh. I believe it's like the most technical track in United States, Laguna Seca. What
No
else?
idea.
What else do we have in America like technical?
We
Watkins?
have Watkins, Glen. Oh, I like Watkins
Indy.
Glen.
I love Watkins. Watkins.
I think I remember doing Project Cars commentary and commentated on that one a lot. I did.
Oh yeah.
I helped out with Watkins Glen commentary once for a 6-hour endurance race.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do the full 6 hours, luckily. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Glen. I like the flow of the track, Glen. Like it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it
it's
is
nice.
lovely.
Yeah. Road America also alright. Oh yeah, Sebring is a tough one, but I'm with you, Elz. Sebring is tough.
I
Like,
think I remember learning Sebring once in iRacing when I just had to go, and I remember how tricky it was trying to remember the line and everything. And
yeah, respect the
you
bumps.
could probably tell why I gave up on iRacing, sim racing. 'Cause
Why
I was
give up?
nowhere near competitive. I was just spinning all the time. And again, it's always good to have something you enjoy, and that's F1. So.
And everybody can have like a different sim of choice, and that's what makes it interesting. Because
Yeah.
if everybody playing iRacing, then I don't know, like it's fun, but I just want to see
If
something more.
everyone plays sim racing, you're not good at sim racing, iRacing. You're not going to attract the people that are just starting out and thinking, well, finding a sim that
Yeah,
is for like a simcade, for example.
true. Sophie was right. Sophie mentioned it earlier. Like GT7 and F1 is like a great. Basically, those two games are a great game to start with for everyone
Yeah.
who wants to get into sim racing. I'm starting from Gran Turismo. Like, yeah, I think I will give up if I jump right into iRacing as my first sim, like I would cry and give up, I think. Like, yeah. So
I
by
do,
the
I
way-
do, I do have GT7. I just again haven't had the time to play it.
I have
annoying.
GT7, but yeah, I just haven't got time to play it. Like, I don't know. Like, once I stuck with one game, I will like stay right there. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Once I've started learning F1, I'll stick to F1.
And what about you, Gobi? What's your sim of choice, Gobi? I'm assuming. I think I know the answer, but I just wanna ask.
I think I know the answer as well.
Yeah, I think I know. I think I know the answer.
Because I've seen her videos, so it's kind of obvious.
See? See, I knew it. ACC.
Yes, I was right. Let's go.
I was right too. I was about to mention R Factor actually, Gobi. I was about to mention R Factor.
Oh, I tried R Factor once and it was, I kept spinning.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to Formula E London in a couple of weeks, and they have an esports arena,
Oh.
and they're gonna have Formula E sim rigs with R Factor 2 on it. So, I'm definitely having a go.
Yeah, you should.
So,
Interesting, by the way. Gobi, I used to like the ACC, but since I got into iRacing, because iRacing got more options, like more disciplines in racing, I kind of like, yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm hating the ACC, but at this point, I don't know how to drive in ACC anymore because I've been driven a lot in iRacing. And if I go back to ACC, I was like a noob, like a complete noob. Like, need time to get used to it. I think Artemis also said that last week. Like, yeah, she will take like, I don't know, like the first few hours, just try to get used to the physics of the game, and then after that she's like, oh yeah, I'm good to go. I was like, wow, Arte gang. I'm an Arte gang now. Like, I love Artemis so much. Anyway,
I met her in real life. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, no, it's okay. You first.
I met Artemis in real life for the first time in Milton Keynes last year, and she's so good in person.
Yeah,
so lovely in person as well, and just so funny.
Yeah, I bet she's like fun to be around. Like,
yeah, she is. She's lovely.
Like, there are some type of people that once you talk to them, you will feel like, okay, I can hang out with her or with them, you know. And for me, Artemis is like one of them. Like,
it was surprisingly natural when I first met her for the first time. It's just like we already chatted online, like in text, and it wasn't awkward.
Yeah, I would love to meet her in real life one day. Like, oh,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Anyway, Jess, so let's go down to the last 3 questions about F1 before we end the podcast now. Hi, Twisted Mexican. Hi. No worries. We are having a chat right now with Jess. Jessica Ball, the F1 drivers, F1 sim drivers, welcome in Mexican. It's okay. And happy almost weekend. Happy almost weekend to everyone. I'm so happy, like it's almost the weekend, like almost one more day and we will enjoy our weekend. So by the way, Jess, let's talk about F1 a bit. So, do you think women will get an F1 seat one day? Like in the near future?
I really do hope so. And with the addition with like F1 Academy taking forward and with more females having a chance in multiple series too, I think we're in a good position than ever to get the first female into F1 for a very long time. And if I was to pick someone, it would probably either be Abby.
Yeah.
It will be either Dorian or the champion from last season. I can't remember her name, but her. Or maybe Jamie Chadwick if she's not concentrating on Indy. So there's plenty of females that I think could get there with the right sponsors and right money and with the talent, which they all have really. So I think we're in a much better place than previous years just to welcome female into F1, and I just hope that they don't get judged as much because the social media is cruel sometimes, and
Yeah, it is.
like I really hope they get into F1, but I hope they get into F1 not just because they meet the quota, but because they're good.
Right.
Like, so
Right, because they deserve it. Like, yeah.
they do.
Yeah. I kind of rooting for Abby. She's naturally good in open wheel, I think. Abby Pulling, I'm rooting for her. Dorian, she got the potential, but I think it's pretty new for her, right? For Dorian.
She only started single seat last year.
Yeah, so yeah. I kind of rooting for her
But I think she
also.
only struggled in Spain because she's still recovering from a rib injury.
Yeah, true.
So she's still not quite up to where she was in Jeddah and Miami.
Yeah. She hasn't reached the top of the game yet. Like, yeah, she's still like recovering. She'll be back. She will be back. Cause I remember she was like dominating the first race, right? Like the first two races.
He was, yeah. I was like, oh god, this lady is so good.
Like crazy. But it's a shame that, oh my god, she got penalty, right? Because she crossed the finish line twice.
Oh my god! Like I was like, what was she doing?
Do not relax.
like in the replays, you could see the flag, and so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I couldn't see it, but in the replays, you could see the flag.
Yeah.
And the team did not tell her because majority of the time, so I know with the F1
Yeah.
races that I watch and watch the team radios for like a few days after, they're like, oh, that's the checkered flag. You finished P9.
Oh my god. Dorian is in Jeddah is so me. It's so you. Meanwhile, me, you know what? I slowed down before I crossed the checkered flag because the white flag, I thought the white flag was the checkered flag. So
Oh my god, I've done that many a times when I've been commentating, and I've always thought it was the last lap, and then my co-commentator was like, "No, Jess, it's not the checkered flag yet. You still got one more lap." And I'm like,
oops.
"Oops."
We all been there, done that. So yeah, it's a common mistake for everyone. Like, yeah.
In sim racing and commentating.
And sim racing and commentating. Yep. And anyway, Jess, so is there three F1 track that should be taken out from the calendar? Spicy.
Very spicy.
Very
Now,
spicy.
I think there is a lot of street tracks that I think. Oh, it's. I need to get the F1 calendar, to be honest, because I know it's in the future, but why are we going to Madrid in 26, where Barcelona proved to be a very good race last time out?
Yeah.
It was excellent, and they're only gonna have one more race in it. So I think Barcelona should stay. Let me get the calendar up. Currently, I think this is tough. I think get rid of Baku. It's always been quite boring. Get rid of Baku. Trying to think. Get rid of. I know it's a good track in general, but get rid of Zandvoort. You can hardly overtake. And Monaco if they don't fix the cars.
Yeah, I think the car is a little bit too big for Monaco. Like the F1 car is like growing up, like getting bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Because in Formula E, I always look forward to when Formula E go to Monaco because the cars are just right and you get overtakes. So it's not the track, it's the cars. So,
Right.
yeah.
So Baku is like always a boring race for you? Or like most of the time?
Most of the time, remember the last Monaco race, which was this year?
Oh.
There was a red flag at the start. And then nobody pitted after, like, because there was a rule where you can pit under red flag and all that, which meant nobody pitted for the entire race. And for the first time in a while, we had the top 10 finish exactly where they were at quali.
No change. No change.
No change, and there was hardly any overtakes. It was the most boring race. I fell asleep halfway through.
Yeah, how do you overtake in Monaco with this F1 car? Like,
It was one of the most boring. It was one of the most boring races of the season. So if they don't fix the cars, they should get rid of Monaco completely. I know it's a historic track. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't get good racing at all.
They're not racing. Like driving around. As long as Verstappen is racing in F1, Zandvoort will stay.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just like there's certain tracks that should be there that is not. That there could have been a better replacement. But anyway.
What about Las Vegas? Do you like it? The Vegas race?
It's a bit of hit and miss. I thought it was a pretty good race.
The race was good. Yeah, I think last year.
Yeah, the rate, because I think we all had low expectations, didn't we? Because of the troubles in FP1, if you remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but it was generally a lot better than I was expecting. It was good. It was a good race. It was a good first edition. So I think Las Vegas should stay because once they got going, as in the weekend, not the race itself, because the race was brilliant.
Right,
Once they got going, Las Vegas was brilliant, and of course they tried to grow the market in the American continent anyway.
Yeah.
So I think Las Vegas should be kept there, just to help them with that. And the Las Vegas Strip, racing at the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
When you're watching it, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want Las Vegas to stay on the calendar. Knowing me now that the race is going to be absolutely boring this year, but
right.
you know.
Yeah, Vegas was better than we all expected. Actually, the race. Yeah, the FP1. Yeah, I was in Vegas during that week with INIT Sports. So
That's so cool.
Yeah, I saw that they throw like a red flag, I think, in FP1 because Carlos like hit the, what do you say, the hole, something like that. I forgot the name, but yeah. But the access, speaking about the race that is happening on the street in the city, like the main street in the city, it can be a little bit not efficient for the race fans. So yeah, I mean, I cannot expect anything. I mean,
and it costs a lot of money as well, and people are not able to see the sights of Las Vegas that week.
Yep.
If they don't like F1.
Yeah, in hotel room they have, the price is like crazy. Speaking about the hotel room, and also some hotel need to close the window, like cover the window, so the hotel guests.
Yeah, so they don't see the action. Yeah.
Unless you pay for like extra price.
Yeah, because I know in Silverstone we have a hotel which is right by the circuit, but
wow.
But there's a hospitality package that you pay. You have to pay to actually. You actually have to go to the Grand Prix. You can't just book a hotel that weekend and expect to see it without paying a.
Yeah. See the F1 car goes. Whoosh.
Yeah, exactly. So I can understand, but it's a bit, if people just want to see the sights, because Las Vegas is massive.
It's crazy. Vegas is crazy. Like, okay, I would love to see more action on the track this year, because last year, I'm not saying last year was a mess. I think it was okay, but it was the first race in Vegas. So, I believe they will improve the experience for all the race fans like this year. I mean, F1, I believe, they want to give like the best experience for people. The broadcast and everything is like on point. That's what I like about F1. Like watching the F1 is like, wow, so professional.
There were a few times where they were missing out some overtakes though, which should have been shown. But there we go.
Yeah? Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was one point in F2 where they were they were showing some fights at the back where there was a fight near the front where we could have watched.
Oh, I see. Ah.
And because obviously I'm a commentator, I'm the one that gets so frustrated. Like, why aren't you showing this fight? Like,
You as
it's
a
for the
commentator.
lead, and they're not showing it.
You as a commentator was like, you should have shown that.
Well, it's not the commentators' fault because they don't change the cameras. They get what they're given. So
Right. And
they probably have to say professional. That's probably why they can't say, why aren't you showing this?
And anyway, Jess, speaking about another track in F1, is there any track that you would like to see coming back into the calendar?
There is one track which it's been on my mind for ages. I want to see coming back. Hockenheim.
Oh.
Hockenheim is always a good track. There's always been some classic races. I do remember 2019 where the weather was just so crazy. But even before then, you could go side by side through a lot of corners. I remember it being on the old F1 games, and I loved commentating on it, and I loved racing it. So I would love to see a trip back to Hockenheim again. And we've not had a race in Germany for a very long time, so it would be good to give the German fans a track for them to go to, because it's a bit unfair that they haven't got somewhere that they can go to an F1 race. And Hockenheim is just always fun.
Hockenheim is in... Where's Hockenheim?
Germany.
Oh, I see. I just realized we don't have any track on F1 that is in Germany.
No.
Interesting. Yeah, the closest is like in Holland.
Belgium, I think. Or Hungary.
Hungary, yeah. Interesting.
Well, it might be Belgium, actually.
Yeah, Belgium for Spa. That is like the closest for the Germans.
It's so much cheaper to go to Hungary and Belgium than it is to go to a track in my home country.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's crazy. You could either get cheaper flights, hotels, and a race ticket in Hungary. You get it way cheaper than an actual race ticket at Silverstone.
And Silverstone is like one of the expensive one, you say?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. There's some tracks that keep it at one price and stay that way. No. Silverstone, they always bump the price up like every so often.
Oh, interesting.
So it starts off at like one price, and then if you don't like this, if you decide to buy it like 2 weeks later, you're like, you're wasting like 200. You could have saved like 200 extra quid if you bought it earlier. It's ridiculous.
Interesting. So Silverstone is like one of the expensive F1 weekend.
I paid, I think last year for grandstand seat, I paid like 600, 700 quid.
Oh yeah? What? For a grandstand?
Yeah, for a grandstand seat, I paid 600, 700 quid.
Wow.
For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. And what about the Hungary? Hungary is like a lot cheaper.
Let me have a look what Hungary is. Hold on, 'cause I heard it on Twitter.
I know.
Hungary GP tickets. There we go. Come on, load. It is. Well, it's hard to tell because the 3 days is sold out.
When is the Hungary race? Is it like in a few weeks from now?
It's the 20th and the 21st of July.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I can compare one-day tickets because one-day tickets are available. One-day tickets are around about the actually no. One day on a Sunday. Hold on. I'll do actually no. One day on a Sunday is about 170 euros. On a Sunday in Silverstone, £309.
Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, I just Googled, like, I searched, like, F1 tickets from expensive to the cheapest. Yeah, UK Grand Prix, the Silverstone is definitely on the list.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And
Huh.
and it's about a week until Silverstone, and they haven't sold out all the tickets yet.
Oh yeah? Yeah, it's pricey for a weekend. So
It is, and you got to spend it on hotels. You got to spend it on food as well. You're probably going to be spending over like £1,000
yeah,
for the weekend. It's ridiculous.
the cheapest is Hungary. Hungary is like on the list for the cheapest, and Azerbaijan. Is that Baku or not?
Yeah, that's Baku. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Baku
That's usually quite cheap. Yeah, which I'm quite surprised about because it's a street circuit. I was expecting to be a bit more expensive due to it being a street track.
Yeah. So Monaco, UK, and Las Vegas is like 3 of the most expensive.
I do expect Monaco to be more expensive because it is.
Monaco.
Yeah, it is Monaco. Yeah.
Yeah. But the spa and everything, spa is like moderate, I think. Like, it's okay for the price, I think, for spa.
Yeah,
Monza.
Spa's pretty good. Yeah.
I don't think they will sell all the tickets for that price. Yeah, I don't think I don't know if it will sold out or not. Yeah, but the price is crazy. Like, wow.
It's just insane.
Yeah, it is. Oh wait, we have the one in China. Oh wait, China Grand Prix is like coming back this year.
It already was back. It's the cheapest one.
Yeah, that's the cheapest one. Oh wait, I thought we're not racing in China Grand Prix anymore.
No, China was, I think, in April, March or April, I think it was.
Huh. The Shanghai International Circuit. Yeah, Verstappen won the race, and yeah, Checo third. Huh. I see. Lando is going crazy this season. Like, yeah. Lando Norris.
Lando has been so consistent. There's been a few times where he's just missed out on the victory, bless him. Like, he always... Like, now he's got that first win. If he's so close to a win, he's so gutted that he missed out.
Yeah. In Barcelona, he was starting pole, right? I think
he was starting pole, but he had a rubbish start.
And that's why you say it, like, you really need to nail the start in Barcelona, because if you mess it up, it's hard to catch up.
It's hard to catch up, yeah.
I see.
If there was a few more laps, Lando would have got max, but...
Yeah. So he messed the start.
We already know who's going to win Austria.
Oh, yeah? Who's going to win?
Well, it's the Red Bull Ring, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah, it's Red Bull Ring, true. Yeah.
And then if Max doesn't win, I will be very surprised. But
Max is going to win another championship, I believe, like this season.
I think he will.
Yeah, I think
the gap's still quite massive. It's not as dominant as last year.
No.
Like, there's people challenging him, so.
But it's good to see, like, the competition is like getting spicy on the track. Like, that's what we like to see. Like, more competition, more.
But you want to know the typical thing though? Every time that the drivers get closer and the team gets closer, we're getting closer to a regulation change. And it all goes back to square one. It happened with 2021. The racing got so much closer. Regulation change. Yeah. 2024. Racing getting closer. 2026. Regulation change.
Is that like an F1 thing? I'm an F1 noob here. Is that an F1 thing? Like
they change the regulations every so often so they can hopefully make better racing. But
yeah. Right.
F1 2022 regulations didn't make that much of a difference, unfortunately.
And what do you think about the regulation in 26? Like, do you think it's gonna make like a really big change on the F1, or
I think it's hard to judge until we actually get racing, because I think I remember when I was looking at the 22 regs, I was like, oh, I think it's going to be so great. It's going to be all good with hardly any dirty air. And then, well, that never happened. Well, my expectations never happened. So I've learned to not have any expectations until the first race in Bahrain. If the first race in Bahrain is good, for the new regs, then I'm like, then I can say my thoughts there.
Right. So I guess we gotta wait until 2026, right?
Yeah, March 2026. Yeah.
So will we have a new team in 26? Because I heard like Audi wants to start a team.
Audi's not a new team. They're gonna be taking over Kick Sauber.
Oh, so Audi will take the Kick Sauber. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I thought they're like starting a new team. Oh, I see.
No. Hulkenberg joined Sauber 25 and 26. The main purpose of that, so he could be in the Audi team in 26.
Interesting. I see. And and where do you think Sainz will go in 2025?
I'm starting to think Williams is more likely, but there was rumours that he could go to Alpine. But I'm starting to think that Williams is more likely, even though it's a downgrade, but I don't think I can see him go anywhere else with the teams we got left.
Yeah, right. Because, wait, who's gonna fill out the Hamilton seat in Mercedes for next season?
I think it's going to be Kimi Antonelli, even though I want it to be like Sainz or... But my dream is to see Seb Vettel back.
Oh, yeah.
But that's never going to happen.
Oh, yeah? Never ever?
No, well, we did see Alonso go back, but I know Vettel likes to be with his family, but I would like to see Vettel be involved in F1 again in the future, even if he's not racing, because he's a lovely guy.
Yeah. I mean, if Sainz going to William, I mean, William does okay. Like, they're improving in the last few races, right? Like, Albon is crazy. Alex Albon is like crazy. And he's crazy.
Alex Albon believes in the team, and I know he's extended, I think, till 26 or 27, I remember, so.
Yeah. So
I think the team believe in him, Albon believes in him.
And Logan not gonna drive in F1 next season, I think.
There's rumours that he's going to IndyCar.
Oh, okay. He's going to IndyCar probably, right?
Which I think could be a good move, I think, because it's like near his home and like it'll be in a good environment and stuff, and
maybe, yeah.
It'll be, Prema are going to IndyCar for 25. I could see him race for them.
Oh, yeah. There's a potential that he could.
Yeah, so I think if Logan is going F1 seat, I'm almost certain that he's probably going to go to IndyCar.
Yeah. Probably IndyCar will good for him. Probably. Like, I don't know about F1.
We see a lot of F1 drivers go to IndyCar. Grosjean, Power Ward. Technically, he's not an F1 driver, but he tested for an F1 team, so...
Yeah. We'll see. Will be interesting if Logan going to NASCAR. Like, nah, I think it will be IndyCar, like, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think he will be at a racing series next year, but just not F1.
Yeah. This is his second year in F1, right? I think this year is like his second year in F1.
I think it's his second or third. So.
Oh wait, oh really?
I think it might be his second. I don't know. It's probably his second. Yeah, it's his second. My bad.
Oh yeah, his second year.
He joined in 2023. Yeah.
Yeah. Who did he replace from William back then? I forgot the name.
I forgot either. Oh, Latifi.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about him. Like, where is he now? I wonder like where is he now? Oh, EP Jess. Oh my god, 2 hours. We've been chatting for 2 hours. Oh my god.
It's gone. It's literally gone. It's literally gone so quickly. I don't know. I think apparently Latifi's studying uni or something. I don't know.
Oh.
He's been out of the public spotlight for a long time.
Right.
I think after the drama in Abu Dhabi 21, he just doesn't want to be in
Oh, what happened
public
to him?
spotlight, which is fair enough.
What happened back then?
Yeah. He caused the last safety car in Abu Dhabi 21, which pretty much decided the outcome of the championship. Like that there was a final lap. So yeah, just don't talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Oh my god. I not like I should start getting into the F1, but now I'm getting more context about the F1. So next time if I want to watch an F1 race, I will have more context because again, Yvonne and everyone, like every time I'm trying to watch the F1, it's always like early in the morning for me, for everyone living in America. On the other hand, I'm super happy that F1 is having like three racetrack in America in the calendar. Well, two of them are like not a permanent track, but it's okay, we accept that. Like Miami and
I love COTA. COTA is like one of my favorite American tracks because of the elevation changes.
And
the fact that you can just go side by side for so long. It's insane.
Yeah, COTA is a great track in America. Oh yeah, when I said like Laguna Seca is like the most technical, I forgot to mention COTA back then. Oh yeah, COTA is like COTA takes a lot of time to like actually like master it, like really. So many corners.
But it's so much fun once you learn to master it though. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Once you know how to drive fast around the track, it feels rewarding. But yeah, I remember it took me like, I don't know, 10 hours in total, like trying to actually like driving around the track, like driving it. Super tricky. Anyway, Jess, so we are down to the last question, by the way. Down to the last question. Jean! Hi Jean, welcome in. Meet my dear friend Jess joining the INIT Talks today, but we are down to the last question now. So Jess... Oh, Jess, do you have any tips for finding your voice in a broadcasting? You have a beautiful voice. Yes, she is.
Oh, thank you. To really get into broadcasting, just get yourself into like potentially smaller leagues to start with, just to build your ground a little bit. And then once you're more confident, then start commentating like in higher up series. Because the beauty of drivers like Gobi and all that, if you're a good racer as well, you would be like a good analyst, because there's always two roles in commentary, right? You get the one that calls the action, like the David Crofts. I don't know what you have in America, or who's your lead commentator for F1 or IndyCar or whatever. So you have the one calling the action, and then you have the one giving all the analysis on what's happening on what track and why someone's behaving in a certain way and stuff like that. I think Gobi could be good at kind of that, so you need to find your commentary style that way. But in terms of voice, I don't know how I have a good voice. It just takes a bit of confidence, and again with sim racing, it just takes a bit of time. I've learned from some of the best commentators in sim racing, and I've given some advice back to future commentators that want to commentate too, and they benefited from it. So just start small. It's okay to make mistakes, and what you've learned in sim racing can help you with your knowledge as well in terms of commentating.
That's the answer, Gobi. Thank you very much for sharing, Jess. Because I always adore someone who can do a commentary for a race, because I feel like you really have to have like a lot of knowledge about the track, about the cars, even like talking about the standings and everything, like there's a lot of aspect that you need to learn
about the sim as well.
Yeah, about
You've got to
the
learn
sim.
about the sim.
Yeah, it takes a lot. Like I really adore those professional commentary in esports championship kind of thing. Like yeah, because I'm doing like a watch
That'll be
party.
one of my dreams as well, to be
Oh, yeah.
commentating like on F1 esports or like
mean-
a big esports championship. But that would take a while
I'm
to
into
learn.
that.
But I think if you're good at sim racing, you would be perfect. If you want to get into commentary, you'll be perfect in the like analyst role, where you still commentate and still commentate on the battle sometimes, but your main focus is bringing into context to the stream as to for new people as to why the car's behaving in a certain way and why someone is struggling. So
Right. So having a confidence is like the big key by being a commentary, like being a
Yes.
commentary. Like you really have to have a confidence. Right.
and that's the beauty of it was the beauty of lockdown, wasn't it? We had so many new people that started out, and people were able to find their voices because they were sharing their voices to a computer screen, not like to an audience of people that can see you.
Right.
So it is definitely, because usually with my autism, I have trouble having eye contact. But I have to have my camera on a bit more often now in the leagues that I'm in, and it's given me more confidence there. I do remember my first real life gig in Silverstone last year with Formula Student. It was nerve-wracking because you could see in Cops Corner, you could see people watching, and you had the other commentators saying, "How's everyone doing?" And they were all waving and all that, and I was just so scared just to get it wrong.
I would feel hella nervous.
The beauty of real life commentary is you're bouncing off each other because you can see it in the room as well. But it's a lot harder to do virtually because you're in a Discord call like this, and it's hard sometimes.
Right. Maybe I really hope one day I will get a commentary gig just to get the experience, how it feels to do a commentary for an esports event. Or
That would be good.
yeah, it's nice to get a new experience. And that's what I like here in gaming and sim racing, because you can try out everything, like different gigs. Like sometimes I can be a sim racer, I can be a content creator, I can be right now I can be a host. So who knows in the future, Jin, Gobi, I will do a commentary in the future, like Ash, like Jess.
That would be good.
That would be
I
great
I
experience.
think the one thing I'm good at as well is I like to get more experience in actual hosting in the future as well.
Yeah.
That'll be my dream in the future as well. But obviously commentary is what I'm strong at. But if that falls back,
I'll be down to watch that. And yeah,
ah,
by the way, Jin, guess what? Jess is a sim racer commentator and a content creator, and she will be the commentator for the final round of Screen to Speed in iRacing. And guess what? Screen to Speed Summer Cup in iRacing Time Attack is starting off this weekend. So girls, if you haven't registered, don't forget to register on screentospeed.com. And yeah, let's go racing with us. We're back in iRacing, and on the final round we will have double Jess,
Jess, let's go.
Double Jess, double trouble, double the fun.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
you won't want to miss it. And there's still space in the F1 side as well. So the next round is Miami. So if you are interested, sign up on the website.
Join.
And get involved. Come and join.
We need more girls to race with us, because you know what? It's not like you can find like a female dedicated league race in every sim. So we are here to provide you girls like one of the most competitive sim racing competition. Yes, screentospeed.com. Hell yeah, good stuff. Looking forward to seeing
And I
that.
think I'm the guest streamer for Saturday's race.
Yes, and Jess will also.
So I still haven't tested the F1 game on PC yet, but I'm doing that tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'll be streaming on this channel on Saturday at 7. Well, I can't remember what time it is.
8 p.m. CEST, I believe. So
Yeah, so
around this
I will
time.
be streaming on this. I'm probably gonna end up not winning now because I'm streaming. But there we go.
It's okay.
It happens.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
again, if I'm battling with someone and don't win, that's fine.
It's fine. As long you're having fun, you're having a good battle.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So that's the thing. Like when you are off camera, it's your time to be serious, competitive. But when the camera is on, it's all about the vibes.
I won't have. I can't get my camera to my rig, so I won't have it on.
Ah, I see. So no camera, just a good vibes.
Yeah. No camera, just my voice. Yeah.
Just voice. At least you have a beautiful voice. Hey, wait, see 89. Thank you so much for the follow. Ash, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Enjoy your time here. You guys are very awesome. Guys, meet Jess, Jessica, my dear friend. Our F1 girls. Hi, Ash. Jess is amazing. I know, right? She is super amazing. She is amazing and she's so talented. That's what I like about her. Welcome, everyone.
Just see something in the chat.
Not gonna be like watching Elz and her girl face. Don't worry. Just not gonna girl at you. Just gonna be very... Don't worry. Jess doesn't like to grrr like me when I'm driving. Don't worry.
Honestly, I had fun. I had fun on Saturday in a Discord call with Yvonne and Sophie. I chatted with them for the first time, and it was just so much fun racing with them. It was so good.
Oh my god. Elz is always grrr. Yeah, I'm quite always, but it's for extra energy. Ash.
It's for content.
It's for content. See? We are the content creator. We're saying it. It's for content. It was great. Oh my god, yes. That was great. Like, I'm glad you're having fun in the first round. And I'm happy you win it. The first round, so we'll see about the second one. Second one will be racing in Miami.
We'll see what happens in the second round.
Yeah.
I'll need to do some more practice, but you know, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, of course, and always do your best. That's the most important. If you win, that's great.
And you as well. The more experience you get in the league, I think I could see you improve quite a bit. In this league as well. The more experience you get, so. Yeah.
You need to practice. Start practicing tomorrow. It looks like all the girls will start practicing tomorrow. So tomorrow.
I did time trial today, and that's it. I haven't done any race trims yet.
Oh yeah.
I've just did time trial.
I'm just gonna do time trial as long as I remember the track. I'm good to race. So if Sap's still here, I don't know if he's still here in the stream, but if he hear this, he will be like, "Oh God, Elz, here we go again." But it's okay. It's okay.
Just hope you don't bump into someone in the formations at this time.
Don't tell me to drive through the car information lab, Sap. And the good thing is I follow him. Like, oh, drive through, okay.
Yeah, I was watching your Instagram reel. I was like,
yeah, what?
I was like, why did Seb tell you to do that? It was crazy. I was like, no, you don't do that.
Dude, the car is not a ghost. Why did I follow him? I will do the opposite next time. If Seb tells me to go through, to drive through, I will hit the brake. Like, no, I don't believe you. Whatever you say, I will do the opposite of it. I'm not believing in Seb anymore. No, don't worry, I'm just joking.
Oh, that's gonna. I think I'm almost certain there's gonna be more safety cars than what we saw in Jeddah. But anyway.
That's great, by the way, Jin. I'm so happy. I saw Jamie's stream last night. She was making such a big improvement in Road Atlanta. I'm super happy. Honestly, I don't know if I will race in iRacing because of my schedule. Like, I already compete in F1. I want to put my focus in F1. Like, this is the chance for me to gain experience. Like, driving with the Red Bull girls. So, I already got like, you know, like this Oval League race in iRacing. So, I'm not sure if I can compete like full time in iRacing part. But I actually want to get better in F1. Like, You know what, Jess? That first round in Jeddah really like feels like a wake up call for me. Like you're so sucks in this game. Spend more time, get better at it. You know, like it really like give me a wake up call. Like doesn't matter if you're good in other sim. Getting into the new one doesn't mean like you know how to drive or you know the rules of the game and everything.
It's the same with any series, isn't it? Any like new game. Just because you're good in like F1, it doesn't mean you're going to be good in like iRacing.
Yeah.
And vice versa. There's probably some people that are better in iRacing than they are F1.
Yeah, and you know, like for example, like we have like lots of good GT players, and it doesn't mean like they will smash it, like totally smash the aliens in iRacing and vice versa. So, yeah, like in iRacing, my main focus game is racing in oval. Like that's my main disciplines in iRacing. Well, and a bit of open wheel, of course, like some road racing, some formula, but I kind of putting my focus now in the F1 game because I want to get into like to the point that I'm actually racing in screen to speed instead of like trying to survive, you know, like learning how to race. Not driving behind. I want to get better in it too.
I think when I first started in F1, my main goal was just to finish the race.
Yeah.
That was my main goal. Then it was points. I was just like, I want to get points. And I was like, I was always finishing like a place below points all the time. I think one season, I was just like, how could I not get points? I've been so close every time.
So close yet so far for you, like.
Yeah, and then it's all and then it's you know so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my kind of main priority for now. Speaking about the formula, like I actually wanna like race, like actually wanna race Jen in F1 game, not like figuring out what should I do, what should I. Elz is an emotional support portion who will escort you off the track if you are just.
Wow.
Ash, what are you doing here? Ash. I'm like an emotional support teddy bear. What do you mean, Ash? Anyway, Jess, before we end the stream, I got one last question for you, Jess, because we almost hit the 3 hours mark in 30 minutes.
Oh God! And I need sleep soon because I've got work in the morning.
Yes, so yes, cause yeah, Jess live in the Europe, in the UK, and I live in America. It's still morning for me, but it's kind of late for her. So
yeah, it's 9:25 UK time.
UK time
in the evening.
So yeah. Okay. Down to the last question. Three best F1 race in the history for you. Like the best moment.
Most people when they ask me what my favorite race is in F1, I always give them the same answer. It's got to be one of my favorite races. Got to be Canada 2011, just because you didn't know. Like no one gave up. Jenson Button somehow still won with like the million pit stops that he made. It was crazy. So that was good. I liked Suzuka 96 because Damon Hill won his first world title. But yeah, Canada 2011 took by me, in my opinion. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Jenson Button fan, but it was a good race.
Right. And also, is there anything that you want to say to the girls out there who wants to start doing sim racing in any games?
If any female is thinking about racing in any sim game, but they're not sure whether to do it, there are people in all sims, GT7, iRacing, F1, ACC, that have different skill levels. There's people running with no assist, but you could have people that are running with almost every assist you can think of. It doesn't matter where you start. We always started at the beginning, and we worked our way up very, very slowly, but in a good way. So just practice when you can. Progress at your own speed. Don't worry if someone is quicker than you right away, because you probably could learn from someone that is quicker than you anyway. So just go for it, because you probably learn a bit more just by having other females on track, and just do not be afraid if you're quick right away. So I would say go for it and sign up to any of our screen to speed leagues. Yes. It's great. GT7 doesn't start till August, doesn't it? But you still got time to sign up for that. But
yeah. And also the registration for F1 is still open. So yeah, if you are playing in F1, don't worry, the registration is still open. So we will see you on the next round, girls. Ash, you should get into screen to speed, Ash.
Do it.
Do it, Ash. Everybody join.
And the beauty with the F1 league, you get an hour's practice as well before the quali. So if you haven't had time to practice before the actual round, you get an hour
to actually
session before the actual qualifying to practice, which really benefited me last time.
Yep, for me too, yeah. Right.
So yeah, even though I did practice before, I actually got a bit of a feel for like the tyres a bit more, and I was able to practice with the tyres I didn't practice with before. So, but yeah, just have fun as well. Have fun. Go for it. And there's people with all skill levels, so don't be pressured to running no assist if you don't feel like you're having fun. Just go at your own pace.
Yeah. So I think first at the start, just do it. Don't feel insecure because you're not fast yet, because everybody start off somewhere. And yes,
I started off slow.
Me too. Don't worry. I don't even know how to finish a race in F1 if Seb wasn't helping me back then. Like, everybody start off somewhere. And
Seb's amazing.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing. Like, he told me to drive through a car once. So yeah, he's amazing. Anyway, Jess, thank you so much for your time today. I will let you go in like soon because it's your bedtime, and tomorrow you need to practicing for F1 for the upcoming screen to speed. And I will give you like the stream keys, stream overlays, and everything like by tonight or tomorrow, so you can prepare.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, make sure you check me out on the INIT Esports Twitch channel on Saturday. I can't remember what time.
Will do. We will be the supporter.
It's around about 6 p.m, 7 p.m ish my time. I don't know, but yeah, make sure you check me out then. Yeah. And if you haven't already, I know most of you do that already, but if there's a few people of mine in there, make sure you follow Elz as well on Twitch. She's lovely. She streams most evenings, and she's a lovely person. So make sure you check her out.
And don't forget to follow us here on INIT Esports and at Jessgames95 because Jess is streaming on Twitch. So if you want to see some action on the F1, like you want to watch and support Jess in her league race, feel free to give Jess a follow at Jessgames95. And also if you want to keep updated with the upcoming INIT Talks or the upcoming round of Screen to Speed, you can follow us on social media at INIT Esports and at Screen to Speed. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for hanging today in this Thursday morning for America and Thursday evening for everyone in Europe, UK, and everywhere. So have a good evening, Jess. Looking forward to seeing you again on Saturday. Yes.
Looking forward to racing you on Saturday. Fingers crossed.
Thank you so much, Jess, for your time today. And yes, I will see you on Saturday. Okie dokie. Have good luck with your practice and good luck with your race.
Yep, you too.
Yeah, we are going to start practicing like now, tomorrow. So guys, I will see you on the next episode of INIT Talks. Bye bye everyone. Bye, Jess. Take care, Jess. Bye bye. Bye everyone.